Andrew tried his best. He tried to charge in and stab the turret with a knife. It hasn't worked out well for Andrew. Andrew's wicked dead. This is live genius. So some guy invents a thing, and then somebody else like has a helicopter, and then you learn how to fly a helicopter. I don't know what the training is for that sort of thing. I'm assuming it's pretty straightforward. Go up, go down, and then, you know, try to figure out how to make it move in a different direction. He's definitely dead. He's super, super dead. But that can be adjusted over time. How do you make a closet? Like, okay, like I've got, right in front of me are two walls that join together at a right angle. Can I just build a box around that and call that a closet? I guess I probably could. We finally did research lobotomies, which we're all very thrilled about. And by all of us, I mean me. And Hoyes was up for a lobotomy. He was our first candidate. And Dr. McHale went in and stabbed him in the stomach, stabbed him in the leg, and then stabbed him somewhere else that I don't immediately remember, and then called it a day. Said, that's all I got. I just can't seem to locate the brain anywhere. Does he know he's had a lobotomy? Mel, in many ways, I want to have a lobotomy to find out if you know that you had a lobotomy. It's just a madcap, crazy kind of day around here, is what it is. Barbara can definitely go. We just got her. We're not going to miss her. Do I look like I know something? How long have you been watching this channel? Do I look like I got things going on here? No, you're right. I have something going on. We're just not really clear what it is. It takes a village to destroy a mech cluster. Everyone who comes by is just contributing a little bit. Okay, Andrew and Sammy, brief though their time was, did a tiny little bit of damage. And now Wilpert and the Sues, who will be dead soon, yep. Oh yeah, by the way, sorry you guys died, but cool. Alright, Snake, run. Just book it, dude. Just run so freaking fast. Just go, 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 Snake. Go, go, go. Hurry, hurry, quickly, quickly. Alright, a couple of minor gunshots there, Snake. A couple of minor gunshots. I feel the developers of RimWorld should watch me, because I just do things to their game that are wrong. Frankly, wrong. That's a very fine line between genius and insanity, and it's one that I double dutch over on a regular basis. I can't do that jumping rope thing. I don't even understand how double dutch works. No, I really don't. I actually don't understand how double dutch works. It seems to me when I watch it that the ropes should get wrapped up in each other. It's like sorcery to me. I'm not kidding. I look at people doing double dutch and it looks like a magic trick. Like, how do the ropes not get wrapped up in each other? They say it's a fine line. I am literally on the line. I am the line, M. Okay, I am the line. As we said a couple of weeks ago, the reason that this is all coming together is not because I'm good at RimWorld, it's because I am RimWorld. Okay? RimWorld walks the line between genius and insanity. I think we would all agree. People who like RimWorld, people who are frustrated by RimWorld. It walks the line between genius and insanity, and that's where I live. That's where I live. I live right on that line. It's a tiny, tiny little house. It really is. It's a very long, thin house, because, you know, it's on a line. It's a very thin line. I need to stress that. It's a very, very thin line. The line between genius and insanity. Just shake it off. You got shot in the liver. Who hasn't been shot in the liver a few times? I know I have. I'm glad you could make it too. I'm glad when anyone's here, frankly. Rachel, I'm basically a genius, and I'm glad you're here to discover that. I have executed a fantastic plan in which we avoided... Well, okay, we didn't avoid getting shot. We actually got shot, Rachel. But that was part of the plan. You don't get a chance to go back in time and look at Da Vinci or Picasso or, I don't know, whoever invented apples. You don't get to go back in time and look at that. But you get to watch this. Live genius going on right now. Do you know how many moose are in Canada? At least 4. At least 4. Okay? And I punched all 4 of them. I don't know if there were any more, because I got distracted by ice cream. But I punched a lot of moose, is what I'm saying here. Scandalo. It was very telenovela around here. Yeah, so McHale and Barbara, who's not here right now. Barbara went off. Not like she went bad in the fridge or something. I don't mean she's not decaying. That was not really the implication I wanted to give you there. But Barbara went off in a shuttle with a couple other folks to do a thing. And we got Hans instead. But anyway, Barbara will be back. Barbara is having an affair with McHale. Barbara is married to Skunk. We don't know who Skunk is. We don't know where Skunk is. But Barbara's like, I don't know where Skunk is either, but McHale is looking pretty tasty. So McHale and Barbara are having an affair. Everyone seems to be broadly cool with this, even though Barbara actually likes Benkei more. I know, right? A scandalo. Even though Benkei and Barbara have a better attraction rating, she's into Mikhail. I don't know, maybe Mikhail's easier. Maybe Mikhail treats her better. I don't know, maybe Benkei's a jerk. Who knows? But yeah, it was a little telenovela around here. The work is infused with the idea of thrusting and is done in a minimalistic style. It should be. Any thrusting should be done in a minimalistic style. Now, here's the problem. I can't amputate a man's neck. I can amputate many other parts of their body, but I can't amputate a man's neck. Not without severe repercussions. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that I was insane. And a doctor. And a skilled doctor at that. Like, really, really skilled doctor. Okay, so I'm an insane doctor. I can't start really skilled. Like, top-of-the-line doctor. Like the doctoriest doctor on Doctorville. Like mayor of Doctortown. Okay? And I got there by skill, not by politics. Okay? Could you theoretically remove the neck and then kind of put everything back together? I mean, you don't know unless you try. That's what science is. That's what science, the heart of science is test and experiment, okay? We haven't tried to amputate a man's neck and then put the head back on, I guess, the torso, really. What was that? Is that your clavicle? I'm no doctor. Is that your clavicle, the bit at your neck? You can't see me right now, but I'm actually touching my neck. I'm not kidding. I'm literally touching my neck right now. Like that bone. I'm poking it right now. It's not very comfortable. That bone that's at like the top of your rib cage there. But it's not like your rib cage. Is that your clavicle? What's a clavicle? It sounds like a musical instrument. It sounds like I would be a skilled clavicle player. He said, I'm going to get an infection in a part of my body that Dave is not allowed to cut out. I should be stopped. I really should. I shouldn't be allowed to do this publicly. Even privately. I should be stopped. Somebody should have looked at what I did in plasma and said, that's enough. Okay, you know what? That's enough. This YouTube thing, we're just going to put you in a room where there is no internet. Assume for the sake of argument that I'm an insane, really good doctor. I should probably switch that around because I'm not really selling it. I should probably say I'm a really, really good doctor who is insane. That sounds better. That sings better. That just trips off the tongue a little bit better. So, Glenn, assume for the sake of argument I am the world's top doctor in neckology. All right? I also happen to be insane. All right? Just assume those two things. Do you believe it's possible I would be a good enough doctor? Glenn, this is an important question. Do you believe it's possible I'm a good enough doctor to amputate a man's neck and then somehow staple his head to what we believe may or may not be his clavicle? I assume, when you go to doctor school, your first year is just general doctor things, which apparently Dr. McHale never learned. General doctor things like, where is the brain? Where is the hand? Where is the ankle? I assume that's the first year. It's basic stuff. And then after that, you probably want to start to specialize. So I bet they have some big, I don't know, a presentation or a show. Like a trade show. And you go around in a big auditorium. There's all these little booths. Like it back in high school when they would do career day. And the first one at the door would be the Army because they were desperate. Boy, they called me 3 or 4 times. I'm like, dude, do you even think I should be in the Army? Do I look like someone who takes authority well? So that is a legit specialization because I know there are doctors who specialize in ear, nose, and throat. So that's your neck doctor right there. That's your neck doctor right there. Is the ear, nose, and throat guy. But he specifically specialized in throat. He's I'm at the ear, nose, and throat booth. And that's good. This is something I'd like to go into, but I would like to niche down because we know that's how you get good. Niche down. It's something I've never done on my channel. It's why I languish in mediocrity. But that's when you niche down. And he's I'm just doing throat. And so help me God, I'm going to find a way to amputate a man's throat and then staple his head to his clavicle. Just like Rocky in Rocky 3. I was out with that guy who died recently in, I don't know, the Canadian wastes. I assume Canada is largely a wasteland, populated by nothing but moose. What is that? That's dead guinea pig. Oh, that's going to happen around here. Can we give him a leather lab coat? That sounds so badass. Hang on. Just hold the phone. A zombie shell. It's a zombie shell. And they only attack my enemies. Oh my god. That's genius. That sounds like something I would have come up with. If I was smart enough to design a game, I would have made that. How about we have a zombie shell? I would have said to myself in my development group, which would have been just me, because nobody else would put up with me. So there I would be, sitting at my conference table with just me and a box of donuts. And I would have said to myself, what about a shell that raises the dead? And I would have said, wow, that is a great idea, me. What a great idea I just had. And I would have been very congratulatory about myself, and I would have allowed myself to have an extra donut. I want a leather lab coat. It sounds fun, kind of arousing at the same time. The traditional kill box area, okay, as we know it. So, big box of death, basically. Also make that a corpse zone, and then line it with dead life traps. So when enemies come in, not only are they getting shot, but they're going to trip a trap that will make all the corpses zombies. And then you can rinse and repeat, because then you're going to have even more corpses. In fact, it's a self-generating defense. This is genius. I'm brilliant. Does anyone know if they give out Nobel Prizes for gaming? Because I'm pretty sure I deserve one. I'm pretty sure that the Nobel Prize for Genius RimWorld Gaming goes to Dave this year. So I don't know how tight you are with the Nobel Committee. I assume you're probably pretty tight with them. They're like, hey, what's Portia into these days? We're the Nobel Committee. We decide who gets Nobel Prizes. And Portia's like, hey, I'm into this today in the Nobel Committee. I assume it's like 4 or 5 people. They're like, oh, wow, that's cool, Portia. So, Portia, when you're talking to them next time, explain this to them. So the Nobel Prize for RimWorld Gaming, which I assume is a thing. I mean, it's got to be, right? They do one for literature. Psh, literature. No, I tell a lie. I've expanded my genius. I thought I was a genius. Now I'm a super genius. You'd also make it a freezer. This is the most exciting idea I've ever had since the lobotomy. You're at home laughing your butt up like, oh, Dave, he's off on some tangent again. No. You are secretly going there, my God, this is good. This is actually really smart. God, I want to say it again because it's so much genius. It's almost too much genius for me to contain. I'm too genius. I'm so genius, I think my head is going to explode. A self-generating zombie horde kill box. We'd be impenetrable. It might be my finest moment. I might have to shut down the channel after I create this. I might actually have to do a tutorial on this one. I am so much of a genius, I need to go. I'm so much of a genius, I can't even do this anymore.